Hi, Emily. I hope this video finds you doing well. I'm going to speak quickly, but you can always play back, make sure I'm speaking English, slow it down, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to dive right in. Thank you for taking time to learn. I know this is your first video that's officially to show you the back end of WordPress so that you can start to learn a little bit and do some editing, that type of stuff. So I've registered you as a editor, not as an administrator. So you can see this is your dashboard after you've logged into the website. And down the left-hand side, this is your dashboard. Across the top, these are your shortcuts. Because you're logged in as an editor, there's a few things that are not available to you. And I'll show you here. I go here. This is the same website logged in as an administrator, and you can see there's some additional options going here, some other flyouts, and then some additional shortcuts that'll take you quickly to your different options here. But you can set someone in WordPress as different levels, and so I've set you as an editor, and so you go ahead and dive right in. What I want to show you is that, excuse me, if you want to look at the website, you can just click here, and this will take you back to the website itself. I've changed it a little bit so that you've got a menu so you can add some pages. I'll show you how to do that in a later video. But you can start to create pages that we can link them a variety of different ways. They should not all be on the menu. You can hyperlink between pages. This is the home page that I've set so far for right now. And if you want to start to edit that, this will be great. And you can click on some of these other pages and I'll show you how to edit those. But with that being said, I'm going to go back to the dashboard. I could have clicked on the word dashboard or just clicked in the top left-hand corner here, and it takes you either to the front end or the back end. So here's your dashboard going on the left-hand side, which I mentioned already. Shortcuts normally would appear here. The three areas you're going to be working with primarily will be post, media, and your media library, and then your pages. And you may already know this, but repetition is the key to learning. So I'll just clarify for you. Pages tend to be more static, and then you can add dynamic or changing content to them. So you might have a page that's called blog, and we do, and what you would add that to a blog would then be post, and then the post would change, and you could have them change automatically. You can have them be featured posts. You can have them do. You can set the different posts by different variables for them to appear dynamically on a page, which tends to be more static. So, and then your media is your media library, and that would include all of your images, your videos, PDFs, some Word documents, other things that you might have added onto the web page or website, and they'd be stored in the media library. So, if you click on pages here or all pages, either way, we're not going to add one just yet. But I'll go ahead and I'll click the word pages. Both of them would have taken me to the same spot. These are the list of pages so far on there. You can see there's 9 of them that are there. 7 of them have Beaver Builder already active. You can see which one has a front page is the Home Resident Assistant Advisors. You can click on here to get to the page or edit. The quick edit takes you slightly differently, or directly to Beaver Builder, which is what you'll most likely be working with. But I want to show you a little bit more on the back end as well. So why don't we just so that this is for your pages. Your posts, it's a similar type of situation. You click on this, and these are your posts. And if you click on the post itself or edit or some of these other options, they'll look slightly different. But these are the posts so far that have been entered into the website. And I'd be greatly appreciative if you would enter in as many posts as you can. I know I'll eventually be entering in dozens and dozens, and whatever you can do would be greatly appreciated. So, and then your media library, what I want to show you, if you click on media library, I could go on either way. These are the images so far that have been added to the website. Kind of just random. I have a bunch of folders of different photos or images around higher education. And so these were some ones that I put in there. What I am hoping you'll do, I'm going to delete this out of here. Let me go here. It's my wife winning an award. But with that being said, what you'll end up doing eventually, hopefully, is that you can do some search engine optimization and really making these photos appropriate for the web page, and more specifically for search engines and also for the users. And what I mean as an example here, if you clicked on this, this is the image. Well, we're not going to edit the image, but this will tell you a little bit more about it. You can see the file size is pretty good. So it's small in memory. This is the size across your screen, but you can see there's no alternative text. That some words, 2, 3, 4 words should be added here about this image. This title is absolutely not good at all. So, you might put a title of young couple, college age. That's fine. Captions, we're not going to use those very often on a web page or website. You could, but we're not going to, at least not on this website and to start with. And then the description might be, again, similar words, young couple, hugging, and in their 20s. I don't know. It doesn't matter what you put. Some type of description would have been fine. And then that's all you really have to add here for that. And then you go to the next image. And so here's alternative text. And so I should have added on the other one, but alternative text might be college, move, and day, residence hall. And then the title to click here, might be parents dropping off student. So yeah, again, it should have been a little better. Caption you're going to skip, and then description to add that in. So you do that for the different images you have on your website. That's valuable, helpful information for users and for search engines. I'm going to click close, but these two images so far, as you can see, and I'll go ahead and add the alternative text, young couple. Oops, I know how to spell sometimes. Couple, college age. That's good enough. You could add some other words, whatever you wanted to say. Doesn't matter. And click close. So these two images here have been optimized, but there's all these other images that eventually, if we're going to use them on the website, should have alternative text, should have a description, and should have a title as well. So if you want to do some of that, again, you can just go ahead and start clicking here. And then this is the, two young boys working on their phone. And then you go ahead from there, skip caption, but to go to description. And then you just go here to the next image, and you would click alternative text, 2, 3, 4 words, give it a nice title, skip the caption, give it maybe a 1-sentence description, and you would just go through and do this for each one of these images, because again, this is helpful for search engines, it's helpful for people. It doesn't show up on the website itself, but it does show up in the code, and it could show up if a page is loading slow. So but it does help people find what they're looking for. So that's your media library, and that would be helpful if you have time and you want to go through some of this to add some of that. That'd be great. In fact, after you did that and knew how to do it well, I could pay you, and you could just kind of go through, and I could pay you 1, 2, 3 hours and just go through the media library and add that type of information. The next thing I wanted to show you is, I'll show you pages. So if I scroll down here to pages, could click all pages or pages. I'll click all pages this time. Wait for this to load. These are all the pages that are currently in the site I mentioned before. 9 of them total, 7 of them using Beaver Builder. I could click on them, and it would open up the back page, the back end of the page. And why don't I do that right now here for this one? So I'm going to click on this. I could have clicked on edit. Same thing. It opens up the back end of the page. You right now, Emily, are not going to be doing a lot on the back end. This gets more into the search engine optimization part. You can see Yoast SEO. This is a valuable tool. You can add some information here for, college, higher education. Well, I'll just use college. Leave it at that. And then you can add your snippet, which is what appears in the search engine results. So you can click here and then go down here and job, career, discussion on campus with, it doesn't matter what you put there. So, but this does matter because this is a page description and it is valuable information, again, for search engines. So when people are looking for job, career, on campus, this page might be more likely to show up. But for you right now, Emily, you're not going to be dealing a lot with the back end and the search engine optimization part of the website. You will be working with Beaver Builder. That's more basic, front end, easier, more fun, creative part of website design. So I could click Launch Beaver Builder here, but in fact I will, but I'm just going to backtrack back out of that. So this is opening Beaver Builder for the page that we were working on, which is called About. This is offering a tutorial for the first time, and yes, I will go ahead and walk you through quickly through the tutorial. If you want to see the tutorial again, there's a question mark up here, I think is what happens, and you can quickly get back to the tutorial in the help section. But what this is basically saying is that you can choose a template. So Beaver Builder provides dozens of different templates that you'll have access to drop into a page. I'm going to go ahead and click next. What you end up doing is that you build a page row by row. And so you can add a one row, one column, a two column, and you just go through and build your page row by row. And then you can put whatever modular widget that you want into the different columns on the page. And this is an example of some of the different content that you can put in the columns on the different pages. So you could put, a button, you could put a heading across the top, you could put a link for an audio file so that you can play some music. You can go ahead and add a video slide or a slideshow or a video. You could have a search button, and there are dozens and dozens of different modules or widgets, which mean they can be anything, and you can drop them into a different column on the different pages. So that's what this tutorial is showing you. You can edit the content, and you'll see here in a second as you hover over the different areas, they will highlight and you can change the content in the different rows or columns. And then if you want to add more, you just click the plus symbol up here in the right-hand corner, and you'll have your options to add more widgets or modules or rows, whatever you're doing. And this is showing you here that this is relatively new within the last 6 months or so, where they've added this additional information and access area here on the left-hand side across the top. It has additional information about the page and what you're working on. And then all you do is click done and publish. So if you click done there, then it'll also show publish. Then it actually publishes it, or you could save it for later and not publish it. So it's saying go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So now we're actually in Beaver Builder. I'm going to get rid of that little button there to show you that, as I mentioned, as you hover over the different pages or the different rows, they highlight, and then you can hit a wrench and go ahead and edit whatever that particular wrench is representing. So this wrench represents the row. This wrench would represent the heading, I believe. Yep, it's a heading. A wrench down here would represent the text editor. A wrench right here would be an image editor, so it would take you to your media library. And then you can go over, here's a wrench for a number counter setting. So you can play with these different things if you decide to get creative. So what I'm just showing you is that as you hover over the different areas, you have different wrenches that'll show up, and you change different things based on the row that you are hovering over. So that's a button. So this wrench changes the settings for that. This video is not going to get into the different settings under the different buttons because the video will get a little too long, and I want to keep your attention at least for another minute or so while I wrap this video up. So what I wanted to show you again, going back to the dashboard, or I could have clicked here and clicked on the dashboard, and we were showing you as far as creating pages. So if you want to click, in fact, probably that's where you're going to end up doing. Well, I'll show you how to do the post real fast here. So if you do all posts, these are the posts that have been created so far. You can see that there's categories and tags, which again, that's helpful for search engines, and I'll show you how to add that in a later video. And if you go ahead and click here or click on the word edit, it will open up the post. And well, I should have clicked the Beaver Builder part is what I should have done. My mistake, but you're with me. Now I click Beaver Builder. Now it opens in Beaver Builder. And soon we will see that I can go ahead and it's still loading the page, that I'll be able, as soon as it finishes loading, I will be able to hover over. Let's see. There we go. Oh my gosh, it's slow loading computer. So I was being patient. I didn't know what was going on there. So you can see here as you hover over the different areas, you get the different wrenches. Then you can change the different settings underneath the different modules or widgets. I'm going to go ahead and click done. I don't know. Oh, this was a post. That's where I got to. So I was showing you it's basically going to be the same type of thing. What you're going to end up doing eventually in a later video, I'll show you just either go new and then you'll start to create new posts or new pages. So this video went longer than what I had expected. I didn't mean to be rambling, but hopefully you were able to follow along and you didn't fall asleep. Thank you for watching this part, and well, there'll be another video soon. So thanks again, Emily. Take care. Bye-bye.